everybody, hello, welcome back for another strategies, tactics and boosts video. And we I hope we helped you with our last video to make it to the opening round. So today we are going to talk about the 8 tracks we are racing for the opening and final round, and they are very interesting and difficult, and I'm expecting points to be dropped this weekend. So, without losing any more time, let's go and check out our tracks. As you can see, excuse me, we start with a fairly easy. Oh, first of all, let's see. Sakir Desert, Jeddah, and Imola, we might have issues with temperature. By the way, Imola is going to be the track that we're going to get the fastest lap for the final round. If we have a tie there, then the time we did in Austria in the qualifying round will count. And as you can see, Imola, Jeddah, and Sakir Desert might have high temperatures. This means that we have to be careful choosing our compounds. And of course, as you can see, we have Spa and Monaco with some chances of rain and a 100% wet race in Miami. So it's Bahrain, Suzuka, Spa, Jeddah, Monaco, Imola, Monza, and Miami. And if you ask me, Suzuka, we all know that it's not an easy track against a real player or a maxed out bot. Spa with rain, let's not discuss about it. Jeddah is always we have some suspense here. We have some issues when we have a big opponent. Monaco with rain, okay, and then it's Italy, which is always difficult. Imola and Monza, both tracks are. We have seen a lot of players dropping points there, which means that maybe in Suzuka, maybe in wet Spa, if not Jeddah, then Imola and Monza, we have races that can every player can drop points. So we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a very interesting weekend. So let's start with Bahrain and let's start to see how we can manage to get the most out of this weekend. Bahrain, if you are at the back or in the middle of the grid with with high pit times over 4 seconds, then yes, you can consider going one pit stop for 4 mediums. If not, if this isn't the case, then 2 pit stops, all softs, but be careful. If the temperature is over 30 degrees, be careful to see if you can go 3 laps with softs, or you might need mediums. Probably we will be okay, but drivers with low tire management will need tire management boosting, or mediums for the 3 lap stint, especially if it's the last stint. The medium stint, the middle stint, we can go with softs, be not being aggressive, conserve a lot, charge our power unit and then go for mediums, 100% power unit, and be aggressive and fast in the last stint. Okay, as you can see, it's 233 or 332 for both our drivers. Okay, next one, Suzuka. Here, mostly, one pit strategy is probably the best. And most of the players will go 4-3-3-4, 4-3 hard medium, 3-4 medium hard. But if we have good tire management, then the best choice, and for me the fastest strategy in Suzuka, is this one, 4-3 medium medium. First stint, at the end of lap 4 we will run out of tires, but don't worry, I have said it every time we talked about Suzuka, we won't lose much time. It's better, the time we are losing using hards, it's more than the time we will lose for this small part of the track, this small section that we will go without with zero tires. So 4-3 medium medium, absolutely a great choice. Now, especially if we are at the top of the grid, we can go to pit stops, soft medium, 2 3. We can easily go 3-2-2, but and we can do it with all softs. If we go 3-2-2, we can go all softs. First stint, again, we are going to end without tires, but we don't care, it's okay. Second stint and third stint, again with softs, and we will be as fast as we can. Here, as you can see, I'm saying go with wood because it will give us very fast pit time and it's a cornering boost. If you don't want wood, go with tune-in, which is the maximum. These boosts give us the maximum pit time gain, and because we are pitting 2 times, we need the maximum. And of course, third choice would be Merlion. Now, if we are further back and we want to go with 2 pit stops, but we need good race start and cornering, okay, then Koopa would be our first choice, of course, and Prince our second, and Herald and Hook, of course. And don't forget Kawai, which will give us good race start, cornering, and a fast pit. Okay, last and only if you have a fairly easy matchmaking, you can go 3-4 soft medium, but in both stints you will run out of tires at the end of the stint. So only if we have an easy opponent we can go for it. First of all, try it in duels and then go for it if you want in your GP. Okay, next one, Belgium. Of course, a 2-pit strategy. If you are afraid that you cannot make a gap big enough to pit both your drivers in the same lap, then go one driver, 1-3-2, soft, medium, soft, and the other, and of course you can go 3-3 with hards or with mediums. One pit strategy here is a little bit passive. I wouldn't go for it. It's not the fastest. But if you want to play it safe, yeah, 3-3 with hards or with mediums will at least secure you that you're not going to lose positions, and you might gain some, but that's it. If you want to gain positions, for sure you have to go with 2 pit stops. So first you can go with this one, but for me the best choice is this. All softs equal stints to both drivers. We need to create a gap, so to create a gap between our two drivers, so we can beat them in the same lap. Excuse me, in the same lap. Of course, if you see that you cannot make this big of a gap, then in your first pit stop you can avoid servicing your first driver, so he can pit faster and then and avoid stacking. My choice is to service both of them in the first pit stop. Of course, to do so, you need to create a gap, the gap needed. Now, if it rains, if you are at the back or in the middle of the grid, you can try 2-2-2, because all the bots will pit in lap 3. If you are at the back of the grid pitting, or in the middle of the grid pitting, at lap 3 will just make you pit with everyone. You will enter with so much traffic that we don't know what will what the result will be. I would try this, especially if you are at the back or in the middle of the grid. Of course, if we are at the top of the grid, then we go 3-3, both our drivers. It's the best choice we can do. Here, in this strategy, we need to have very good power unit management, because we cannot use faster tires. This is it. It's wet compound and that's it for everyone. We need to pit, do our first pit, first stint, don't push, just build your power unit, make it go 100%, and after your first pit, boost both your cars to go and catch up everyone, all the other cars. Stay there without pushing anymore, even conserve a little bit in order to recharge again your power unit. And when everybody pits in lap 3, then push as much as you can. Your lap 4 must be full red, only red button and nothing else. And of course, you make a pit without service. First pit will be with service. Second pit must be without service. So it's a quicker pit stop, and hopefully it will work and you are going to have gained a lot of positions with this strategy. It's the only undercut you can do in this track. I know it's risky, but most of the times, if you play this well, you will have a lot of positions gained. Okay, now, next one. Next one is Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Okay, Jeddah. With high temperatures, soft, hard, even with high temperatures, we can do this. If you have bad tire management, okay, then you might need to go with mediums instead of softs, but hards are okay. Now, for our driver that will go 3-2-2, it's hard, soft, and medium if the temperatures are high, so we can push, and if we don't have very good tire management. But if the temperature is okay, or we have great tire management, then it's hard, soft, and that's it. No other tricks. It's 2 pit stops, hards for the 3 lap stint, and depending on our tire management and the temperature, it's either soft or medium in last stint. Okay, Monaco. In Monaco, of course, if you are at the back or in the middle of the grid, the best choice in Monaco is one pit stop. 2 pits, we lose a lot of time. So, if you don't have good tire management, we go with hard, 5-3 hard soft and 3-5 soft hard. You can easily go with it, but the best 2 choices for this track, wherever you are, it's 4-4 with mediums and 5-3 medium soft. First in here, and of course, I say 4-4 medium medium, the best is 4-4 soft medium and 5-3 medium soft. Both first stints, 4 laps with softs and 5 laps with mediums. Will take you in sector 3, the end of sector 3 with 0 tires, but again, as I said in Japan, this even more in Monaco, you don't have to be afraid. You will be fast enough to go into the pit, you won't lose much time, so don't worry about it. It's 5-3 medium soft and 4-4 soft medium, and these are the 2 fastest strategies. Of course, if you are so afraid of 4 laps with softs, then go 4-4 medium medium, but this is even better. If you don't have good tire management, boost it with Char or Frost and you'll be okay. Now, if it rains, the bots will go lap 5, so we pit in lap 4 if we are at the back or in the middle of the grid, and 5-3 if we are at the top of the grid. As always, the undercut if we are at the back or in the middle. If we are at the top, we go with the bots. Okay, next one is Imola, where of course one pit strategy is great, works all the time, so don't be afraid to go with hards, 4-4 hards. Of course, if you cannot go with 4 laps with mediums, because if you can, then 4-4 medium hard is even better. From wherever we start, back, in the middle, at the top of the grid, one pit strategy, 4-4 is great here, and then we can go soft 2 pit strategy, and 2 pit strategy with all the variations. It's soft, medium, medium, as you can see here. It can be soft, medium, soft. It can be all softs, 2-3-3, 3-3-2. It can be 2-3-3, soft, soft, medium, depending on your tire management. And don't forget, it says that it will go up to 40. So if the temperature goes 40 degrees, the best case scenario here is 3-3-2 soft, medium, soft. 2-3-3 will go soft, soft, medium. And yeah, as you can see here, this would be the best case we can do. First stint, we push in the beginning of the race, then we conserve, so we charge our power unit, and then push in second stint with the mediums, and of course we can push as much as we want, 2 laps with softs. And for this strategy, it might go down not to medium hard even if we have good tire management, and it might go 4-4 hard. if it's 40 degrees. So decide on the spot depending on the temperature. You will see Imola is going to give us the fastest lap, and the higher the temperature, the faster the lap we are going to do. So on the one hand, we are praying for 40 degrees so we can get the fastest lap we can do, but on the other hand, it will be difficult with the tire management if it's 40 degrees. So yeah, it's going to be tricky, but okay, I'll take 40 degrees to make the fastest lap, and we can manage the tires then. Next one, Monza. Yeah. Our beloved Monza, where of course here one pit strategy again, especially if you are at the back or in the middle of the grid, forget about anything else. One pit strategy is the fastest way to go. It can be 4-4 hard, or it can be 4-4 medium hard. This is faster, of course. If you can do it, go for it. And if we are at the top of the grid, let's say top 10, I would go top 6. I would go top 6 with 2 pit stops. And by the way, don't forget that in this event, we don't have 20 or 25% boosting. Thank God we still have the boosts boosted until the end of the season. So this means that we can boost our race start and try a 2 pit strategy, even if we start P10, P12. But I would really, if I am lower than P10 in the starting grid, I would go for 1 pit stop. If I am in the top 10 of the grid, then I would go. Of course, if I'm in top 6 of the grid, for sure I'm going 1 pit stop. It can be 2-3-3 or 3-3-2, and with all the varieties of the compounds, all the combinations of compounds, softs and mediums. If you don't have good tire management, many players, we are using Prost and he doesn't have good tire management. If we go 3-3-2, the best choice with Prost is soft, medium soft, and not all softs. But if you have much better tire management, then it's 3-3-2 all softs. So again, as I always say, depending on your driver's tire management, you decide in Monza what to do. Okay, and finally we have Miami, a wet Miami. It will be 100% wet race. So the bots here are pitting. The strategy of the bots is 3-3-1. We want to avoid them. They are doing 2 pit stops. Perfect, because now we can do 2 pit stops without thinking that, oh, I'm going to lose time. We are not losing time. We are doing the same number of pit stops as the bots do. So we just need to pit in different laps. 3-3-1 for the bots, 2-2-3 or 2-3-2 for us. It's a perfect choice. Of course, if we are at the top of the grid, we can go 3-2-2, and because we are pitting, we're doing our first pit, the same lap with the bots, but we are at the top. We don't care about pit lane traffic, and that's it. But if we are in the middle or at the back of the grid, 2-2-3 and 2-3-2 for our 2 drivers, we will avoid stacking. Okay, first pit, we want to make a gap so we can pit without stacking, but second pit, one driver will pit in lap 4, the other in lap 5, and the bots are pitting in lap 6. So we are okay. Yeah, and it's only these strategies, it's only a wet, give me 1 second here, it's only a wet, it will be 100% a wet race in Miami. So that's it for our 8 tracks. Let's go to see them once more. So, Bahrain, Jeddah, and Imola, the 3 tracks with probably high temperatures. We have to be careful about our tire selection. Suzuka and Monza are 2 dry races with no high temperatures, so we are okay to choose the fastest tires we can, our drivers can support. And then we have Spa, Monaco, and of course Miami, which is going to be 100% a wet race, where it might rain, or in Monaco and Spa we might have changes of the weather, mixed conditions. So we take decisions during the race, we take decisions on the spot. Let's hope for dry races, especially in Spa. It will be better, but okay, whatever comes. So that's it for today. Don't forget, if you haven't done it, subscribe to the channel. Of course, press that like button and go and read the description of the video. Find my Discord server link, click on it, join my Discord server, the President's Gang server, and find all the strategies for all the tracks of the game. And of course, join the President's Gang and let's discuss whatever you want. So that's it. Best of luck to everyone for this racing weekend, and I hope we are going with these strategies, we will help you get the maximum out of it. Thank you everybody, see you next time, bye.